It's a character issue.
It is a character
don't we
issue.
have a right to know before we elect somebody?
My feeling is it's a character issue. If I was looking at that person, do I want to marry this person? That's a decision. But it's for
if you cheat on your wife, are you going to be honest with your country?
Well, I guess it comes down to whether you think this type of stuff needs to be in the public domain or not. And I think we probably disagree. I tend to think that it is a private matter.
If you're going to be the president?
And I don't. I think. Yeah, I do. I don't think that...
It doesn't matter if you're president and you're having an affair.
Look,
if I was married to somebody and that was revealed to be true, where's any level of love there? Where's any level of concern?
In 2019, Media Matters put together this compilation of Sean Hannity clips where he asks, amongst other things, if you cheat on your wife, are you going to be honest with your country? Why should the American people trust when you say you're not going to lie to them? Hannity was speaking of former presidential candidate and senator, Democrat John Edwards, who, in 2011, was charged for his alleged role in a scheme to violate federal campaign finance law. Now, if that seems familiar to you, based on recent and still developing news, it should. However, when I tell you that Hannity said, the facts are that he broke campaign finance laws and that he lied to cover it up, just know that somehow he isn't talking about Donald J. Trump. He wouldn't say that about 45. The quote from Hannity from June 3rd, 2011, again, refers to John Edwards, who was indicted that day on charges similar to those Trump now faces. Edwards was charged with violating campaign finance law by, quote, accepting more than $900,000 in an effort to conceal from the public facts that he believed would harm his candidacy, and then hiding the contributions from the Federal Election Commission. By the way, while this video isn't intentionally about him, what John Edwards did was so messed up and so gross that it makes what Trump did look like what Warren Harding did. With all this unprecedented talk, one thing that's consistent is presidents and presidential candidates having affairs. Speaking of, this rhetoric from Sean Hannity is nothing new. Just update the names of the presidential candidates, some of the talking heads discussing them, along with the grainy footage, and these double standards make it seem like it's 2008 again.
You got to explain this to me. I'm just not getting this. Explain to me. I'm just a regular guy, and I'm wondering if you can't keep the promise to your family, can't keep your promise to your wife, you're having an affair, you're lying about the affair repeatedly. Why should the American people trust you when you say you're not going to lie to them? Why should we trust you?
That's a great question Sean asked. And so, Amanda, if that's true, you can't trust somebody who had an affair. How can we trust John McCain to be president of the United States since he cheated by his own admission on his first wife? He didn't keep his marital vows. He didn't keep his pledge to his first family.
30 years ago, after 5.5 years in a prisoner of war camp.
She has nothing to do with it. Amanda, so how do we trust John McCain to be president of the United States?
That was Alan Combs asking why some politicians are condemned for their marital infidelity, like John Edwards, while others, like John McCain, get a free pass. Hannity seems to imply that cheating on your spouse is morally justifiable under certain circumstances. Yes, there was another politician who faced jail for hush payments to a lover. So, all this talk of a weaponized justice system, targeting a political opponent, and witch hunt when it comes to 45 is just a continuation of what Fox and cable news established as precedent. Watch the logic of the cell phone and charger metaphor fall apart when Congresswoman Lauren Boebert was talking about free speech. You can find a link for this video in the description below. For more of my content, look for me on my YouTube channel called We Gonna Be Alright, or click on the Jeff Wiggins hashtag. As always, my architect knows Japanese.